What if I tell you that sometimes the problem is not love, but the expression of love? Why do I say so? A number of persons express love to their spouses, to their partners, the way themselves understand love, not the way the partner wishes to receive love. So at the end of the day, the partner still feel unloved in a home and in an atmosphere where there is so much love. Welcome to Relationship Matters. My name is Dr. Ufuoma Nwachukwu. So last week we started a new series on understanding your partner because it's a very fundamental issue in making your marriage thrive. Last week we looked at learning styles, the role that learning styles play in understanding your partner and in communication. Have you watched that video? If you have not, please check the description of this video. You will see the link to watch that video. Today the focus is on love languages. What are love languages, or what is a love language? A love language is simply how an individual understands love. So it is a language that is spoken and that can be heard and misunderstood if it is not spoken in the way that the person understands it. So there are different kind of love languages. There are 5 basic love languages, and each person has a primary love language, the way he or she would prefer love to be expressed to him or her. So if you go do some other stuff, that person might not understand love. So like I said, we have primary love languages. Somebody can actually have a blend of the 5, but in various degrees. There must be one that has a higher percentage. Actually, there's a love language test, and I'd like you to go take that test after this session if you have never done so. The challenge that a number of persons also have is that they end up speaking the love to their partners in the way they understand, because that is the one they know about. So there are 5 major love languages. Like I said, the first one is word of affirmation. So somebody that has word of affirmation as a love language, if you like, buy heaven and earth for that person. The person wants to hear you tell him or her that you love him or her, that you feel thoughtful about her, that he or she means the word to you. The person wants words that you speak to know that the person is important to you. The next love language would be quality time. So somebody that wants quality time, if you like, say I love you a million times, the person just wants you to spend time with him or her. Time without distraction, focused, paying attention, listening to the person, just gisting. That's somebody that has quality time. The next one is physical touch. So somebody that has physical touch as a love language wants you to do things like holding of hands. Hey, it must not be sex. So it could be holding of hands, it could just be hug, it could just be rubbing the person's back. But physical touch is the love language of some persons. So if you like, do every other thing, spend time, but so long as you do not touch the person does not feel loved. The next one would be acts of service. So somebody that have act of service as a love language would just want you to do something to relieve him or her of his or her burdens. So it could just be the person wants you to give a helping hand, maybe to wash the laundry. So you might just be there saying I love you 1 million times a day, but so long as you are not helping the person to do what he or she would want you to do in the area of probably running errands, helping with something that would just take away the burden, or the physical thing to take away the burden, the person does not feel loved. And the last one would be gifts. Do we all have gifts as love language? Because everybody loves gifts, but yes, there are persons who just prefer gifts to any other thing. Funny enough, a number of persons speak that language, so he would decide to buy a gift for her instead of telling her I love you, Or instead of, sometimes some men would prefer to buy a gift instead of saying I am sorry. So those are the major love languages, and like I said, your love language could be a blend of the 5 in different percentages, but then there must be one that is most prominent. Now, how do you discover your partner's love language? One of the things you need to do is to find out what the person is always complaining about. So if the person is always saying things like, you do not give me attention, you are never spending time with me, you are always going out, even when you are around, you are focused on your work, that is a pointer to the fact that the person has quality time as his or her love language. Or the person is always saying, you don't say you love me, I never hear you say you love me, or you don't hug, you don't touch. Or the person will always demand, won't you hug me, won't you hold my hands? Or you are working with the person is always bringing out the hand for you to hold. No, the person would prefer touch as a love language. That's for the later illustration that I just gave. So one of the things, the ways you could find out is to pay attention to what the person is complaining about. Another thing you could do that will help you discover the person's, your spouse's or your partner's love language is to look out for something that can give you a clue is how he or she expresses love. So paying attention to that would give you a clue that if he's always buying gifts, that means he might like receiving gifts. And then if he always pays attention, drops every other thing to listen to you, that might be his or her love language as well. But basically, you could also actually ask the person, how best do you want love to be expressed to you? So if you learn your partner's love language, you will end up speaking fluent language that he or she understands instead of speaking a foreign language. So today, I'd like you to go understand what is your partner's love language and begin to speak that love. Have you been blessed? Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. Until our next edition, don't you ever forget that I am your compass to building love that lasts.